Hi, everyone. Yes, be careful what you ask for. They rolled out the golden calf adorned in red, white, and blue at the recent conservative gathering. This is in your face idolatry. And there's been a coin minted in his honor, describing him as Cyrus, who freed the Israelites. I think of him at best as a Nebuchadnezzar. More on that in a minute. I listened to this guy's speech. He outlined new guidelines for voting. I remember when all of these rules had already applied and then some. In the 90s, I missed a year, and when I did show up, I had already been taken off the list of voters. That quick. Since Little Bush, I just could not bring myself to vote for the lesser of two evils. Evil is evil. All of these years later, I receive every ballot in the mail, from school board to president, in stacks of solicitations. We live in an upside down world. More importantly, this guy on the coin was literally bragging about Operation Warp Speed. Lord help us all. They are outright telling us this little pinprick turns us into a mechanism to reproduce it. If I can understand plain English, why can't he? Hey, Del Bigtree, why are you skirting this issue? I ask, is the motive to create a bunch of typhoid Marys? If you're not outright killed or maimed, do they add anything to the mix that has Billy Goat from the gates of hell looking so smug? I don't know. Just thinking out loud. There's some very sleazy pictures of this guy on the coin from his past. Why did they go down the memory hole? Is he being protected for him to play out the role of the good cop? Yes, people can change and clean up their act. Did he? Or is the whole world a stage? There are such outlandish anomalies with the changing of the guard. It has the whole world watching. And yes, I've smoked some of the hopium pipe being passed around. Is there room for hope in our leadership? Maybe a little. This brings me to can't talk. This brings me to King Nebuchadnezzar as a type and shadow. He was very nasty to the Israelites while being held captive in Babylon. This angered God, and God had this king on his hands and knees eating grass. Nebuchadnezzar finally came around to God's way of thinking, became a believer, and set the Israelites free to go home. I've been criticized for not voting, but you know what? God really is in charge. Thanks for stopping by.